All right, I am back and I brought Kitty. Enod, gotta go. Well, thank you for hanging out, and glad we were able to figure this out before you headed out. It's definitely based on countries. Slovakia, almost no ads. Czechia, lots of ads. Oh, interesting. We should figure something like that out. I had an idea. Had an idea for maybe like a fantasy ad league or something where you can like make bets about which type of ads you get. I don't know any way to like verify and validate that you're actually getting that kind of ad without self report. He is a super long boy too. He's this is not as stretched out as he can be. Are you done? He's a shoulder cat now. You want to go over here? He seems big, just enough. Yeah, he's a big cat with a really fluffy tail. He's a medium short hair. He's a medium hair. I've only had short hairs in the past, and I can't even imagine a long hair cat. I mean, I've seen them before, but I can't imagine living with one. Already, he sheds enough, and we have to comb his tail out. Otherwise, he just accidentally consumes too much of his own fur. Okay, so what have we got in here? It's kind of propagation, but it reminds me of Walter the cat. Interesting. I don't think I've ever. Oh, Orange Kitty. Yeah, that he doesn't have. Let's see. He'll be his white isn't as white in his like nose area, and his oranges aren't as dark. It's like he's a little bit more tanny in the middle there. But yeah, I can see like apparently almost all orange cats have the same head pattern, which is really cool to learn. And then this cat doesn't have any of the freckles. If you get really close and you're able to see big cat. Where's my big cat? Cat large. We're not in brick. So be can you it's a little bit hard to tell. He's got some freckles on his nose and his lips. Of course he just wants to look down. His orange is definitely more subtle, yeah. I would agree with that. All right. You can hang out there, Zilby. When he lies down, I'll point the camera back down at him again. But all right, let's right, dive. Okay, so I'm guessing okay, we're looking at my Vim command. Apparently all orange cats share one brain cell. I've definitely heard that I've heard that from the there's that subreddit, like the one orange brain cell subreddit, which is hilarious to look at. And it does sometimes feel that way. Although the way I like to imagine is it's not that they all share one brain cell, it's that all orange cats share all of their brain cells together. So it's they're either super smart or they're like incredibly derpy. That's what it feels like. It's like there is in betweens, but that's transitionary periods, right? They're releasing their hold. Okay. So in here, so we can see, okay, the very first, I assume that this is the first layer that happened. There's no time. And so these are the files that existed. Now, how do let's see. I'm over here. Oh, I can do arrows. Oh, but I can't do Vim commands? Oh, that's too bad. We see cat, by the way. Oh, just cat. You're right. We need to come back to here. Good point. Okay, so I can use tab to go back and forth between layers over here and current layer contents. I can only use arrow commands to go up and down, which is unfortunate. I can't use Vim movements. Hey, cat is still up there. He's just much smaller. I don't think really. Can I do anything in here? Okay, so I can filter. I can collapse the directory, so I can say, okay, I don't need to be in bin, so I can collapse all these. Oh, control space, collapse them all. I can filter. I don't know if I care for that. We can do modified atom. Okay, so that's good. Now I can tab back over here. So this was the very first layer added all of this, which makes sense. That's like the basis, the foundations of Ubuntu. And then this layer happened, which creates a policy. And we can see that made changes in Etsy, Espen, user, and var. Here, what happened in user. It was user Espen. Can I only show modified? Huh. That would have been nice. Okay, so they oh, this is yellow. It's not the same. Is that because it was updated? Yeah, so if I'm pressing Command M, and all it sees this doing is highlighting this or not. I don't know what exactly that's doing. Control U, unmodify. Oh, that's a filter. Okay, so I only want to see mod. I want to filter away unmodified. That's what, okay, that's what I'm doing. So here we can see, okay, so it added this layer modified. Interesting. So I can basically say like, okay, oh, that shows if it's been added or not. Removed, there's nothing been removed. Up, I need to lock you. Okay, so I can get permissions and attributes and all that stuff. And then we're wrapping P, which is fine. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. So now we're set up with this. We can come back to here. We can see, okay, app list, we did all these things. At this point in time, okay, this is not mine. Wait, is this mine? Echo bin sh policy. I don't think I did this. I created, okay, so it removed. everything from var app lists. Okay. We created a source for apt. So in case I wanted to download new things, we run container system D and put Docker into system D container. Okay, that makes sense. This one was mine, I believe. apt-get update and apt-get install -y vim get build essential. Okay, so this one is mine. So I did the silly thing where you just install a bunch of stuff and then you don't clean it up, because why would you ever do that? This makes it a lot bigger. And as you can see, all of these files, everything gets updated. Because I updated everything. Now I did only install, I installed Vim, Git, and Build Essential CMake. That's just a little bit, just a small amount of things. Okay, so yeah, I could remove this with an intermediate step, and that would be the right thing. I could, the correct thing to do would be to remove. It's not necessarily a bad thing to do this, if you need it. I forget. Oh, you know what? I needed all of these things because of fun stuff with Vim. That's what it was. The correct move is to use Alpine. Yes, well, we're gonna do that too. So then over here, now I created a new user named Vim. I cloned in Bundle because apparently at that time that was the bundling app that I was using was Bundle. That's why I needed Git. I add some file. I pulled in NVM for some reason. Oh, come on. Okay, so apparently there is more to this layers down here, but if I scroll down, we can see it keeps on showing data for it, but I can't see it up here. That seems like that feels like a visual bug. Like if you're only going to give me this size, then at least like have the top go off and like scroll within here. Let me see what I'm looking at. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so that was bring in NVM set. Okay, so basically make it so I can use NVM. Do NVM use. Okay, so then run, basically make it so that every time we log in with the shell, it then does NVM use node. I then, okay, ran vim plugin install and call. So I basically had to install all the plugins, which is probably why I need CMake. I tell it where NVM, I did that again? That's weird. And that's it. Interesting, okay. Huh, how do I go down to here? Oh, aggregated layer. Okay, that's interesting. I can't get rid of it now, though. Oh, show layer changes. I don't have a path filter. Oh, path filter. We could do like data slash data. I mean, so this is really cool. I don't know if I want to do a like an article on this though. That being said, I can definitely tell that this would be nice to sort of like see, okay, what did I do with that? Okay, that is pretty cool. I like it. I don't like the fact that I can't use this unless I'm installed Docker as the user. that's kind of BS. All right, so I'm gonna not do that. That being said, we can play around with this, and I'm thinking we can do containerize something like Helix. And then we can use Alpine. Then we could do another let's actually do this. Use Alpine to reduce Docker sizes. And then that would be the Express CRUD app. We run the Express CRUD app with Alpine to make it smaller. So let's double check this right first. So in all right, so if I do nothing's running. So if I do Docker compose up -d wait. Let it cook. I think I even try to reduce the health check startup time, but I think it's still pretty slow. Okay, everything should be up and running now and working. So I should be able to do here. We'll do our curl. There. Okay, so everything is working. I can even do tasks. Yeah. So the database is connected. It's a 2 container setup with Docker Compose. And I should be able to do, I guess I can't do it here, can I? I have to build it. Ah, that sucks. I'm sad I can't use dive here. What was that other command that I could do? To inspect. I could do Docker Scout. Would that show me the size? Quick view, and this is, what is this called? So this is, okay, so target our Express CRUD latest is 5 megabytes. The base image is 5 megabytes. What? What am I looking at here? What if we don't do a quick view? Oh, okay, so that won't give me that. Now if I do Docker images, now Docker images will tell me this is 1.11 gigabytes. So maybe we'll just go with that, right? So if this is 1.11 gigabytes, let's do a Docker compose down. Let's take it down. And if, this is, we're using from node. So we have to go find node. Now, if we look for 20, so here's like 20 Alpine. I wonder if I can just do 20 dash Alpine. Oh, and which version of Alpine I want to use? What if, okay, there it is. 20 Alpine. So it's the latest version of Alpine with whatever the latest version of 20 is. So if we use this, that should be significantly significantly good savings. How likely am I to recommend Docker Hub to another developer? Considering the fact that I'm creating a course for Docker, I can download Docker images. I can find to use. I mean, I'm not gonna tweet that. Okay, so 20 dash Alpine. So we're gonna let's comment you out and we'll do a from node 20 dash Alpine. Now remember, this was 1.11 gigabytes. We're gonna do a Docker compose up the weight. Now, hopefully everything should just work. Generally speaking, Alpine, even though it's a different operating system based on, and it's a very minimal based operating system, it should for the most part just work, because all we care about is the fact that we have the node ecosystem installed on it, and the node images, the node Docker files should take care of all that for us. I think the only times when you run into, it's not really problems, it's more of extra things that you have to do is if you're starting from Alpine directly and setting everything up yourself. And even then, it shouldn't be that hard. Okay, there it goes. Everything's healthy. So if we do our curl again, we get our tasks. So the entire application is working as expected. And we should be able to do a Docker images and that didn't change size. I was kind of hoping that that would change size. Wait, 43 minutes ago. Oh, it didn't rebuild the image. Okay, so hold on. That didn't do what I wanted to. Compose down. Okay, what do I need to do? I need to also remove the images. Also remove images by services. Let's do all. Sure, go ahead and remove orphans. And why not? Remove the volumes too. Just complete a complete reset here. Louise Debra, hello. How are you doing today? A question about Zellage. With multiple panels in the screen, how do you copy multiple lines of a panel? Normally I put on full screen and copy. Is there a better way? So if I have a panel over here and we just have a bunch of lines and I want to just copy like this, by default, I'm just copying what I'm seeing over here. It's not including a line over here. So I can just mouse, I have it set so that if I just highlight and drag over it, it copies whatever text was to the clipboard. So that's all I have to do for it. And I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything special with that. And it doesn't get me any of the other things. Like even if I tried to like, I can't like copy any of this stuff. Does that help? Wait, no, that was full screen. I wanted to do that. Okay, so remove that. Let's try this again. Oh, it was there's that dash build. Okay, yeah, that would have been better. I nuked everything. I took the nuclear option. Oh, you're trying to select it with shift click and then do a control. Oh, okay. So I don't have that set up. Like if I select something here, it unselects immediately. And I can't, like, there is no control C or whatever. I can't do that at all because there's never any selecting of anything. So that's just whatever I have set up. Now, that's less about Zellage for me and more about the terminal that I'm using. So I'm using a terminal called Alacrity, and I think that's handling all that for me. And then Zellage just doesn't sort of get in its way. All right, what happened here? Oh, user add. So user add doesn't exist. So we need to figure out on Alpine how to add a new user. Okay, so it's add user as opposed to user add. I wonder if it's exactly the same besides that. All right, add user. Oh, -H for home directory. So run add user. Oh, so it's -H for home directory instead of -D. And then M was something else. I want to disable password, so -D. Don't create the home directory, so -H. That should be fine, and I think that's gonna. Usually, that also creates a group for it too. So let's find it. Let's find out how this works. So if I do that, then I should be able to switch. Oh, and then name the user. That would be kind of important, right? User. So code. let's okay, so we're gonna try -D, and it was -- build. All right, rebuild it. Okay, yeah, and it ran through and it successfully got to add user, and so it worked. Sylvie's like slowly starting to fall asleep. I see his eyes like barely holding them open. Sylvie. All right. Any second now? This is the longest part of Docker. Okay. Oh, unhealthy. Oh, unhealthy. So first of all, Docker PS, you are running, but you are unhealthy. So if we do a curl, interesting. Okay, so the actual application is running. So if I do, yeah, so health check is showing that it is healthy, which means that curl, does Alpine not have curl? Alpine doesn't have curl, does it? All right. Well, first of all, Docker images, we have dropped from 1.11 gigabytes to 145 megabytes. So that's a pretty good savings there, right? Just by switching over to Alpine Linux. Yeah, pretty decent. All right, so Docker compose PS. Okay, let's try this. I want to do Docker compose exec. I want to exec into express crud. And do we have bash? There's no bash. What's the shell? Is it just sh? No shell. Oh, it's not let's see. There's no bash. How about sh? Okay, there is an sh. So okay, so we're inside the shell now. Now, my guess is, yeah, curl's not found. So curl doesn't exist. Are there any tools that we can use in Alpine without having to install something like curl that would allow me to ping the app? That would be nice to have a health check. I mean, I guess we have ping, so I could use a ping test, but I don't think that's exactly what I want either. Do I have telnet? No, there's no telnet. Let's see. I can do a ping test to. No, but that's like to a full like a server with a ping response, isn't it? That's not what I want. Okay, so in Alpine, okay, so they're suggesting use curl. You know what? If you were running Alpine for real, you wouldn't have a problem with installing curl. So what I really probably want to search for is something like Docker image Alpine health check without curl. Oh, wait, is wget in here? Oh, wget is in here. Okay, so instead of, I believe it's the opposite way around, right? I think Ubuntu has curl by default, and then Alpine, it seems, has wget. So that's really all it is. We have to figure out how to use this. So wget we do continue retrieval of a border transfer. I don't want to do that. Probably quiet. I don't want to show the server response. Let's see. So CQS. Okay, so probably just Q. Now spider only check URL existence. Okay, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want an output file. I don't want an other output log file. I don't need to add a header. I don't need any post data or post file. I don't need to use a proxy. I don't need to save to a directory. I don't need to use a user agent. Network read. Okay, so then if we do HTTP localhost 3000 health check, and I want to echo. Okay, so that's 0. And if I try to go to health check like that, that's that one. Okay. All right. I think that works. So I think it's going to be this: wget -q and then URL, which seems pretty easy to do. And is that what you found, Padada? Wait, usually they add curl instead of what? Why would they do that? The entire point of this is to not add any more stuff. Let's see. Command wget no verbose tries one spider. I don't need spider for this because it's a JSON app. There is no download. It's fine. Okay. Yes, I think this is similar. Now if I tried no verbose, I think is, oh, that didn't even show as an option here. Q is quiet. Now if I do this without Q, yeah, I get the can't open health check. Oh, file exit, huh? Oh, I created a health check. Oh, I see. It is downloading the file. I'm used to curl that doesn't download it. It just puts it out to standard out. Okay, so maybe I do want it to be spider. Okay, so let's remove health check. So I want wget spider. Okay, so connecting to that remote file exists. So then I want Q to be quiet. And there we go with that. It's always super confusing from one to the other. Absolutely, yeah. I totally get that. I rarely have wget auto installed in most of the stuff that I use. It's always curl, so that's just always what I've used. So let's see. I want to then we'll do echo return code of the wget was 0, so this is good. So this is what we're gonna do. And we did not get a health check, so we're good to go here. So do wget -- spider q and then that. So X out of here. Let's see. No, not that one. I want the Docker file. Where's my health check? There it is. So our command instead of this will be cmd wget spider q that. Okay, so we'll need to docker compose down again and then re-up. Oh, you like the or exit one? Yeah, we could do that. The or exit one is nice to like make sure that it really actually does work and does what you expect it to. Okay. So we're gonna do a docker compose up. Rebuild that. Oh, you never use health check? Maybe you should. It's if you're just like sort of wrapping your own stuff and like nothing relies upon each other, then it's like I think it's okay not to use it. Where I found that it's really nice to have is if it's doing like simple tests, you can really quickly see like, oh shit, something's wrong. And oftentimes that test, depending upon how complex you make it, can even give you some debugging information too, which can be really nice. In this case, I'm using it to go ahead and like, you know, don't start until you're healthy or whatever. So let's rebuild with that new health check. And then everything should work. And we've reduced by like 900 megabytes, something like at least 800 megabytes, which is always nice. Yeah, 1.1 gigabytes to less than 200, which that is like if you have infinite disk space, which I mean there's plenty of people who do, that is like then Docker images don't really matter, right? But there's also, especially when we're developing, maybe we don't have infinite disk space. Maybe we do have like, you know, a lot of things and we just maybe you can't stand Ubuntu. Although there are other choices than Alpine even too. So you refuse to use Ubuntu even if you have the choice. Oh, hey, it's a path that we all have, right? We can make that choice. Okay, so now everything is healthy here. So there we go. We can now write this article. So using Alpine to reduce Docker sizes. I wish there was a way in Zellige that I could move a tab. Or I could jump between tabs. I wonder if there is a way for me to jump between tabs and not just go left and right with them. That would be really nice. I don't think there is one, though. All right, so we want to do Docker. This is great for that one, but I want... Let's put it back. We didn't change anything in Compose. We only changed things in the Docker file. Oh, wait, except it's not just that. Oh, I can make it happen. So there's the CLI actions, go to tab. Ooh, okay. Oh, yeah, I have to make it happen, right. So I could do that with a CLI, but I can't do that through shortcuts, which is too bad. So basically, I could do this. I could open up a terminal like this and say, I want to Zellige action, go to tab 1. And that takes me over here. And then I could somehow bind that to something. Yeah, I could bind that to something, but still, that it's unfortunate. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to go to 6. Did I want to go to the 6? Wait, where am I going? What am I doing? I updated the Docker file, right? Yeah, from node 20. So, oh, now we're going to rebuild the entire thing. So we're going to do Docker compose down again. On Windows, there is a bind window plus 1 through 9, which will open Windows pinned to the taskbar. If I do window Mac 1 to 3, that's literally just printing out here. So I can use it. I don't know. I would probably have to update it in Alacritty. I'd have to do something for that. Okay, so Docker compose down, we have this. Let's do our Docker compose up again. I remember. I remember what the problem was. I updated that, but we need to update the 2 other things too. We need to re-put in user add, and we need to use this health check instead of that one. And then this will work. All right, so it's been another hour already. Ad is about to start. I'll probably let it start in 5 minutes or so, and might take another stretch break, and then we'll continue on. So let's see. We're gonna do Docker images, right? And this is what I wanted to see. So we're going to see our Docker images here with all of these. I'll probably remove some of these. I don't remember what these are, so I might remove those. Okay, so I don't need you. Let's get rid of you. Okay, so we have the Express CRUD, dive. We're not looking at Express CRUD image, 2 Express CRUD images. So with the user and latest, Ubuntu, Node, and Postgres. Okay. Oh, those were labeled and then the label is removed. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so don't have too many images. I always want to say disk drives because that's like, you know, what I grew up with, but what is the proper terminology now for an SSD without saying SSD? I guess, like, is it still drive? There's nothing drive about them. There's no disks about them either. Our secondary storage is like gonna just confuse people, even though that might be like the most appropriate terminology, like the most not appropriate. Okay, so let's just, yeah, we'll just do SSD. So look at the amount of data they're using on our SSD. 1.11 gigabytes for each, I guess, like over 1 gigabyte for almost all of our images. Okay, for each image created. Funny thing is that freaking Node 20 is 1.1 gigabytes. I mean, yeah, that's the thing, right? It's Node 20 that's causing it to be 1.1 because all I've added in is 10 megabytes. No, 100 megabytes. 100 megabytes? Yeah, 100 megabytes. I've added 100 megabytes to it, and that was it. And I didn't even really truly add that. Oh, not dive. I don't need that one either. Over 1 gigabyte for each image created from the Node 20. From, I guess, say Node 20. If you aren't careful, okay, so also if we're in a network restricted environment like CI/CD, or working from like cell. Fabricio, hello. How are you doing today? Will this live be saved? Yes. So the live stream itself will be on continued. So basically it just remains there. So it's on YouTube right now, and then in the same exact place with the same exact title, it's just going to sit there and continue to be there. So I might add in the date for the title afterwards, but besides that, I don't think there's going to be much changes to it. Oh, it's second. Oh, you're right. It's 110. Yeah, so I only added 10 megabytes, which does feel like a lot, doesn't it, for what I did? Okay. I must be some like caching stuff or something that I added into it. Oh, ad break just started. Okay. I'm gonna take a super fast break. While everybody may or may not get advertisements on Twitch. YouTube, you're safe from this. YouTube, you get for being on YouTube and not having ads, you get to take a look at Zilby for a few minutes. I'm gonna go grab another drink and I will be back shortly.